What's up guys, this is Anurag back with another video, and in this video I will show you the unboxing and the installation of the Sonoff Zigbee bridge and all its sensors. So without wasting any more time, let's begin with the video. For those who don't know what Zigbee is, then let me tell you, Zigbee is an open source protocol designed for IoT devices. Also, it works on low power and it has the same 2.4 GHz wireless band, but to connect to your Zigbee powered IoT devices like your switch or sensors to your Wi-Fi, it needs your Zigbee bridge. You can't connect your devices directly to your Wi-Fi. Using your Zigbee bridge, all your devices will connect to the internet. But then you will ask, then why Zigbee devices over a normal Wi-Fi device? As it has more investment. So the first reason that I have told you, it consumes less power as compared to a normal Wi-Fi devices. And the second biggest advantage, it creates a mesh network. That means if you have lot of Zigbee devices in your network, but some of your devices isn't in the range of a Zigbee bridge, but then also it can connect to a Zigbee bridge using your nearest Zigbee devices. That means it will relay the connection using other Zigbee devices. So this was a short introduction to Zigbee. So let us check out what devices I have purchased. So I have purchased total of 5 devices including the bridge. The first device that we'll check out, that is the Zigbee bridge. And this is the most important devices, as any devices or sensors will not work without this bridge. After that, I have purchased some motion sensors, a temperature and humidity sensor, a door sensor, and a wireless button. So let us check them all one by one. First check the main devices, that is the Zigbee bridge. So after opening up the box, we'll get some manuals and the device itself. Coming back to this device, on the top panel you have 2 status LEDs to show you this device status. Then on the bottom side, you have a micro USB port to power this device, and it takes 5 volt at 1 ampere, so that you can use your old mobile charger as an adapter. As this device will not come with an adapter, then you have a pairing button to pair this device with your Wi-Fi. So let me quickly power this device up and show you the pairing process. In order to pair this device with your Wi-Fi, you can insert a pin for 3 seconds and then you can open your EV-Link app, then add your device. Once this device is added, you can add any sub-devices by clicking on this add button. Now that we have configured the Zigbee bridge, we can check out the other devices. The first sub-device we have, it is a motion sensor. And as the name suggests, this device used to detect motion, and whenever it detects motion, you can perform any actions. So let us check the device first. After opening up the box, you get some manuals, double-sided tape, and the device itself. On this device, we have a pairing button, and there are 2 notches to open its back panel to add a button cell battery. It has a CR2450 battery and it is already provided in the box. You just have to remove the protective paper in order to complete the connection. Now let us quickly connect this device to my Zigbee bridge, and to do that, insert a pin in this hole and hold it for 3 seconds. Then you can open your EV-Link app and go to your Zigbee bridge. Here click on add button. Once you click on add button, it will find that device and add it to your list. Note that it can add up to 32 devices. And as the process for adding all the Zigbee devices is the same, so I am not going to show you for the rest of the devices. So now that our device is added, let me show you how I use this device in my home. Actually, I have purchased 3 motion sensors and I have installed them in my bathroom, toilet, and my kitchen. And then I have created a scene in the EV-Link app that whenever it detects a motion, it will turn on the LED and it will turn off the LED whenever it detects no motion. Now I have faced some issues that I will talk in some other videos, so stay tuned for that. The next device we have is a door sensor. I already made a video on Sonoff Wi-Fi door sensor that offer the same functionality but over a Wi-Fi. So if you want to get more info on this product, then you can check out that video as well. But in short, you can use this device to detect if your door is open or closed, and based on that you can perform certain actions, or you can get notified as well whenever the door open or closes. Coming back to this device, it has a pairing button, and again there are two notches to open its back cover. Now it has a different battery, that is CR2032, but it is already installed in this device. I have installed this device in my bedroom main door and created a scene in the evening app that whenever I open the door after 6 p.m, it will turn on my bedroom LED. Moving to the next device, we have the temperature and humidity sensor. Now if you see this device, it has a dedicated pairing button instead of a pinhole, and it has the same CR2450 battery. I have installed this device in my bedroom, and again I have created a scene where if my temperature goes above 30 degrees Celsius, it will turn on the fan. Similarly, if you have a AC and it connected to your evening app, then you can turn on or off that AC based on your room temperature. Then moving to the last device, we have a wireless switch. This is a normal switch with 3 actions. So first we have single click, then we have double click, and last we have long press. So you can configure this switch in your evening app based on the events. I have installed this device in my bedroom, and if I single click, it will turn on my tube light. If I double click, it will turn on my fan, and if I long press, it will turn off everything. And that's pretty much it for this video. If you like this video, then don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content on home automation. This is Anurag.